Hi friends! Look who's with me! The amazing, the adorable, handsome, wonderful, kind Benjamin Biesinger, my husband.
Babe.
He's the best. We're actually at a military marriage retreat right now.
Woo-hoo.
We're having so much fun. And we just thought we'd do a quick video because we've been wanting to do this and I've been wanting to bring him on. And yes. And we've just been wanting to share some things about our deployment. We just completed and thrived through our first deployment. He's been back a couple months, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to see how much time we have. It may just be him sharing, and then I'll share at the end if we have time. And if not, we'll do another video and I'll share what I learned. But babe, do you want to share what you learned?
Yeah, for sure. Number one, was a lot of things that I learned about myself and everything like that. So it's going to be hard. And I'm sure we'll probably do future videos. It's going to be like one of those conversations where you're talking with someone like, oh yeah, remember that thing we talked about like 3 weeks ago? Yeah, this happened. Where come up with other things like, oh, it's really important to share this. So a couple of things right off the bat. This was my first deployment. It was not a combat deployment, and our operations tempo wasn't really high. So I just want to put that out there because I recognize that there are a lot of people that go through some of those deployments, and that is a different scenario. And we were very fortunate to be able to FaceTime like every day, and that was amazing. And I want to give a huge shout out to Karina and all the other military spouses out there, because it is a really, really hard thing that is asked of the military spouses, where the most ideal outcome, at least from my perspective, it's like, hey Karina, so I'm gonna be gone, and so I need you to miss me and yearn for my return, but I also need you to be like independent enough to totally operate as though I don't exist.
Run all of it.
Run all of it and be successful with that. But again, I still need you to not become so independent that you don't care if I come back.
Right.
I need you to stay in this nice sweet zone of pain and yearning and total independence. And that's a very difficult thing to ask, and that's almost like an unrealistic expectation. And Karina, I definitely think you could learn a lot because she thrived in that environment, and you did awesome.
Well, I'm extremely proud of you. I think you just absolutely killed it.
Thank you.
At being deployed and being super supportive. And like the thing I learned, just a little piece I'll interject, is that he's like the best friend ever. Just like listened and listened and listened and listened.
You're my best friend ever too.
You're the best.
That's sweet. So a couple of things that I learned that I did want to share today is probably this would be number 2, because I think I said number 1 earlier. So small and simple things. It's really tough because so many guys get it in their heads where it's like, oh man, yeah, I'd die for my family. I'd go slay a dragon. I'd swim through shark-infested waters to bring her lemonade, as Dr. Laura would say, and all these things. But as far as just like calling every day, just saying, hey, how you doing? Oh, no way, man. That's not me. I'm not one of those touchy-feely guys. And that's crazy because, again, so many guys are willing to do these huge, monumental, grandiose gestures of love, perchance, but not a lot of the small and simple ones. And I really felt it was a lot of the small and simple ones that added to our success. Yeah. And there was a lot of trust and being vulnerable with that as well, where there may have been a day that I had a really rough day, it was really long, or I was really frustrated with how things were going. And I would call, and that same type of thing would be happening to Karina, where, it'd be a really frustrating day for you and really hard for you and things like that. And I had to shelve my things for a little bit to listen to her, allow her to decompress and things like that. And luckily, we have this relationship of trust where I know that if I do that, that she in turn will be able to speak and then say, well, how about you? How's it going for you? And then I'd be like, oh, let me tell you all about it. Oh man, where it's really hard or this, I really miss you. And then I have a turn to be able to share. And so that really, really helped, that I was able to still express myself, but we just kind of took turns. And there were some really hard times where we were both feeling pretty depleted, and it was really hard to be there for each other. And we just had to work past those things. But again, the small and simple things were really, really crucial to show up, call, FaceTime, say at least a couple of nice things, and be able to listen. What is going on with you? What's going on with your day?
Yeah, it's great for staying connected.
It really was.
And our hearts
Karina
open.
did that for me as well. And that really made a huge difference for me also, where part of me was afraid that my family was going to forget me by the time I came home. And in this crazy way, we somehow got closer.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Totally counterintuitive.
It really is.
But we all did, even with the kids,
Yeah.
you and the kids.
Exactly. Not that we recommend
Yeah.
in order for you to get closer to your family.
And
It's
just
like,
separate
let's ship off
for
hubby, for
many months.
8-9 months, and we'll do wonders for our marriage. So not necessarily that, but
we
it's
feel like it was a spiritual, like a God thing too. It was a compensatory blessing.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So we'll definitely be sharing some more things as
Yes.
well, but wanted to get some of those thoughts out.
Yes.
And
Thank
again,
you
thank you.
for being on.
She did awesome. Seriously,
He did awesome.
she was so amazing.
It's
I don't know how she did
easier to do everything
She
because
deserves
he's
the credit.
magical.
She is magical too. And this military spouses seriously deserve the credit.
Yes.
I wish that there were medals and badges and patches
Yes.
and discount days for just the spouses, because they
Yeah.
truly, they deserve it.
You guys are awesome if
Yeah.
you're watching.
You guys are.
And to give a shout out, he got me, what do you call it? My
Oh,
my
your
deployment jewelry. He got me jewelry when he saved money and got me deployment jewelry as my badge because he knew that's what I would enjoy. So I know, I'm so lucky. Thank you for being on. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll be back with more. And I will do another one where I share the things I've learned and my fears with it and everything I went through. So thanks so much for listening. Have an amazing, joyful day, night, whatever time you're watching this. Bye.
Bye.